Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Before we actually take a look at the microstructures here, maybe it's a good idea to take a look at the daily chart once more. And here on the daily chart, it looks really as if a wave 4 could indeed have bottomed. So we obviously talked about this larger degree third wave here, which topped in March, and then an ABC structure to the downside in wave 4 with support at 49,000. Should we break below the Monday low, which pretty much formed at 49k, the next support will be at 43k in a still unfolding fourth wave of this larger wave degree. I have to say, however, any more lows will increase the likelihood for a bear market or a more bearish scenario. But I would not confirm it until we break below 43k. Still below 49k, I would get really cautious. I really hope the low is in now, but if not, we have levels to watch. We have risk management levels. Very important to use them. And I think it is very important for everybody to be comfortable, to just be comfortable with your let's say the long-term positions you hold. Okay, I've realized that only on Sunday, Monday, how a lot of people are not comfortable with their long-term positions. I realize when people talk about panic selling and so on, because they've lost their entire investments or something. Like it is a bit crazy, because when you don't have a stop loss, then you need to be really comfortable with the position size of your long-term holdings. Everything else is really gambling. I mean, okay, it might even be gambling with a small position size, but at least then it is a position size where you're comfortable with the volatility. You can sleep well at night and everything, right? There's no point panic selling a low and then suddenly we get these nice reversals. So when you cannot mentally or even financially survive such a, let's say, earthquake like we had on Sunday, Monday, like overnight, then you do not have the ability to just let the dust settle and just check what's happening, because so many things can happen after such a sell-off. It is important to let the dust settle a little bit until the next patterns emerge. Very exciting times always when we see these shakeouts and the market is recovering. Is it sustainable? Looks a little bit like that, but of course anything can happen. But we need to understand what the patterns are and what the risk management levels are and where things could go wrong. So at the moment, I just wanted to make sure everybody understands, we're still tracking here a fourth wave correction, which could lead to a fifth wave, which could take us to new all-time highs. The support area I already mentioned, very important. Just close the door or the dog will run in to my room. So and what I wanted to say as well, I mean, I'm tracking one more high to a bull market high, but it could be that we get two more. Okay, if we get two more, then it's actually the previous wave count that we discussed until the end of last week, which actually never invalidated, but I maybe took it off too early. But I did it intentionally because just out of caution, I highlighted here just one more rally. Okay, if it's two, fair enough. We can always go back to that previous wave count. So we definitely need to be open to that still. So the idea is, again, we have a support area, but we're watching the smaller time frame chart to understand where things could go wrong, and if we've already bottomed here on Monday, and if we're in a bullish scenario still. As I said before, there is no evidence at this stage that we're in a bear market or anything, not until we break really this wide structure, and the wide wave count is still the preferred interpretation. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Here we are dealing with a microstructure in yellow. So the yellow one on the 1 hour, no, it's not even the 1 hour chart, it's a 15-minute chart. I provided quite a lot of updates on Discord today because it was quite good to read this structure, even though it is not an, I mean, this structure that started here on Monday, let's assume the wave 4 indeed might have bottomed there. then this would be a larger fifth wave to the upside that's unfolding. And we're always watching for the first 5 waves up, for the first setup. We did get 5 waves up. We had a corrective pullback. It was rather shallow. Then I highlighted to you earlier today, we have another 5 wave move up. And I think in the last video that I made today, we were just about moving into a micro support area, which I communicated to you here. Yeah, so there was a micro support region for a nested 1-2-1-2 setup. That just means that we have a bullish structure to work with, and the market actually reacted to that micro support area. You can still see it here on Twitter. Make sure you follow us here as well. Just make sure that you get you follow the correct account, right? Because there are, impersonators and so on. But we talked about this micro support zone in the last update, and you can see that, we had this 5 wave move up and a 3 wave pullback into support. It really only it only briefly touched the support region and then went. So I highlighted here on Twitter, this was only a brief visit to the support zone. The pullback might be already complete. At the time, we were already at around 58,780. And obviously now we've climbed a little bit higher. So where are we here? So we nearly broke the 60K level. Oh, we did already. Did we break the 60K? Not quite. But we're currently consolidating below this breakout point here. So that means as long as we are holding now this swing low from today, this swing low that formed sort of midday at 56.8K, the yellow wave count where direct acceleration to the upside is possible, that is still valid as long as we're holding that level. If we break below that level, I will start to assume that we could be in a larger wave 2. So that all of this is a wave 1 in 5 waves, just a slightly different structure. And we're moving down in a larger corrective pullback. That would be plan B, but only if we break below 56.8K. A first warning that maybe we are getting a deeper pullback would already be a break below the 50% retracement at 58,290. What am I watching for now? I am watching for a possible breakout to the upside. I don't have a reliable micro count within this third wave, but I can tell you that I'm watching for a possible breakout to the upside here above this trend line. Looks like a mini bull flag. Bear in mind, I am on the 15-minute chart. Looks like a mini bull flag here or something like that. Might actually need to adjust this trend line, but this is just to show we are below a trend line that could lead to a breakout, because we have here up there touch point and then a couple of touch points down here. Probably not the best data. I just moved the trend line from where it was before, which was here. We had a breakout here as well. This was one of the previous signals I sent out today as well. Breakout point, and we broke out. And the good news is, I find this quite bullish. We're currently consolidating above this trend line. Okay, we broke out because here we did actually have 3 touch points. 1, 2, and this was a third one. We were consolidating below it. So we had 3 touch points. Now we're actually consolidating above that trend line. That is quite good. I just moved it higher to indicate, we are at the next breakout point, basically. Okay, I wouldn't need this entire long, this long trend line would be enough to just show we have a small rectangle pattern or bull flag here. But as soon as we get above these last highs at around 59,000, you could say 59,870, I think the next move up could be starting. So at the same time, if we break down here, okay, not a disaster, but below 58,290, the idea that we're in this accelerated bullish count will be challenged. And then below the lower red line here at around 56.8K, we have to watch for a deeper pullback in a larger wave 2. I hope that helps. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.